and welcome back to Spirit Lounge and to the next instalment of the Apocrypha. Sorry, I'll just straighten the camera there. The next two are going to be pretty short videos because the chapters are pretty short, or rather I took out one of them, the second one, which was Testaments of Solomon, which just repeated itself over and over, so I didn't take too much time covering that. But this one is a Testament of Moses, and we'll go straight into that now. Okay, so the Testament of Moses, it was the about 1st century BC to the 1st century AD, and it's a manuscript that was a Latin translation of the original Greek, Coptic I think it was, and it includes a dispute between Michael and Satan over the body of Moses. It goes on to talk about that. Of course, the Apocrypha, as I mentioned a few times, not in every video, but it is a series of texts. It's historical, theological and spiritual kind of narrative of Judaic history and Judaic belief systems and the Judaic God, the Abrahamic God, and the forming of the tribes and the religion and the formation, the development of the faith as well, and some of the belief systems around it. Okay, so let's just go straight into this. And it came to pass in the 120th year of the life of Moses, that is the 2500th year from the creation of the world, that he called Joshua. He's the minister of people, and he bring the people into the land of Canaan, the land of Canaan. Be strong and be good of courage according to your might, so as to do what has been commanded, that you may be blameless to God. He designed and devised me, and he prepared me before the foundation of the world, that I should be the mediator of his covenant. I am passing away to sleep. Receive this writing, put them away in earthen vessels. They will go by means of you into the land. So this is Moses leading the tribes into the promised land, promised in their inheritance in me. 12 tribes will go down, dwelling place of their testimony. God of heaven will make the court of his dwelling place. 2 holy tribes will be established, and that was the Levi tribe, and I forget the other one, but Levi's was one of them. 4 will transgress the covenant of the Lord. They will sacrifice their sons to strange gods, worship them, and engrave every form of beast. In those days a king from the east will come against them and burn their colony with fire. The holy temple of the Lord will carry away all the holy vessels, and this is where they were enslaved in Egypt and Babylon. He will take the 2 tribes with him. Then the 2 tribes will call on the 10 tribes, righteous and holy in the Lord, and sinned. We too carried away mourn on hearing, the 2 tribes, crying to heaven, the 2 tribes crying to heaven. God of Abraham, you swore, sea should never fail in the land. Is this that which Moses declared? He suffered many things in Egypt, in the wilderness for 40 years. Things have befallen us after his death, according to his declaration. And it says they will enter one who is over them, spread forth his hands, saying, we have compassion on them. O Lord of heaven, then God will remember. Put it into the mind of a king to have compassion on them. Send them off to their land and country, to their appointed place. 2 tribes will continue in their prescribed faith. 10 tribes will increase and multiply among nations. The times of disciple draw near. Kings punish them. They turn aside from righteousness and approach iniquity. Go whoring after strange gods, will pollute the altar. They respect rich persons in those times, will be impious judges, judge for money. And this is talking about some of the history and some of the prophecies that Moses was saying that would happen to the tribes. The kings call themselves high priests of God, and an insolent king will succeed them. Bold and shameless, is cut off their chief men, will destroy them in secret places. fear of whom will be bitter to them. When this is done, the times will be ended. Scornful impious men will rule, conceal the wrath of their minds, devourers of goods of the poor to destroy them. Then a second visitation, the King of kings on earth, rules with great power, crucify those who confess to their circumcision. Their wives will be given to the gods among the nations. Sons operated on by physicians forced to bear their idols. And the final slide says, his kingdom will appear throughout all his creation. Satan will no longer be. Hands of the messenger will be filled. Heavenly One will rise. His wrath will burn on account of his sons. The earth will tremble. Mountains will be made low, turned wholly into blood. Punish the nations. Destroy all their idols. Then you, O Israel, will be happy. Joshua, the son of Nun, must keep these words and this scroll from his death. Joshua answered, all men have their graves. And the setting sun from the south took to the confines of the north. World is your grave. Who will be their guide by the way? How am I to control this people as a father? Kings of the Amorites will also be emboldened to attack us then, and believing that there is no longer among them the sacred spirit. So this is talking about the passing of Moses, what will happen after. For they will say, he is not with them, therefore let us go and destroy them from off the face of the earth. Moses took his hand. Do not despise yourself, all the nations God has created, as he has us. He has foreseen both them and in from the beginning of the creation. The Lord has appointed me on behalf to pray for their sins, not because of any virtue of strength of mine, his compassion. It is not on account of the godliness of his people, but that you will toot out the nations. Those who do and fulfill the commandments of God will increase and be prospered. To wholly root out and destroy them is not permitted. For God, who has foreseen all things forever, will go forth. And that is the end of the passage of the Testament of Moses. It was fairly short. I didn't take that many notes on it because some of it was repetitive. But again, this is a good depiction of that story and some messages that Moses was passing on just before his passing. It didn't have much about the conversation between Satan and messenger actually in it, so it was kind of confusing that. So really the second coming is you. You are the single person who will pass through that narrow passage towards grace, which is your own personal journey. Inner revealing is your own divine gnosis as your soul ascends into the divine breath, which is the spirit. And it's a transformative one. In other words, it must be part of life. If it's anything else, then it's not genuine and it doesn't sustain. So I want to say thank you all for listening to this and appreciate your time, as always. And pass on this to any others who will find it useful. There's one more video coming today. And this is the Testament of Solomon. It's a little shorter than this one, I think. But I hope you enjoy it. And speak to you next time. And God bless you all.